What is up, beautiful humans? This is Blythe Langford, your personal freedom coach. And I wanted to tune in about intuition because a lot of people don't know how to, or they ask me, I want to have more understanding of what's my intuition, what's somebody else's thought processes, what's my spirit guides, or what's creator spirit, what are the difference with these voices that are coming in, and how do I discern which is which? And it's really very simple. Spend more time in solitude, meditating, and listening to all the voices that are there. Because there is so much going on in the mind that our intuition isn't always speaking the loudest to us. And so it's tricky to navigate our own internal landscape and discover which is our voice and our intuition and which is just noise or programming or things that are preventing us from being and listening and hearing our actual intuition. So the best thing is to calm your farm, calm your internal landscape so that you can be more discerning between what's yours and what's somebody else's, because a lot of us are empaths, which means that we are able to tune in and feel and hear and see a lot of what's going on in somebody else's mind, body and soul. And so it can be quite tricky to discern what is ours and what is somebody else's. And then also what is ours and what is our actual programming that isn't really ours. It's just our default, our autopilot that we slip back into. So the simplest, easiest ways to align yourself and attune yourself to be able to hear your intuition a lot better are the most simplest things. So, first one is spend more time in nature. The more time you spend in nature, especially with your bare feet on the ground, it allows the inflammation in the brain to dissolve. It allows the mental programmings that aren't yours, aren't your soul self, to dissolve. It allows you the ability as an empath to draw the line and be able to discern what is your own intuition and what is somebody else's thoughts. Because as an empath, it's so easy to dive into somebody else's mind accidentally, and it can be tricky to know where your thoughts start and finish and where somebody else's thoughts start and finish within you, because we take in so much that really isn't a lot of the time ours. So spending time in nature is a huge one for allowing you to know what is yours and know what is somebody else's, and allows the inflammation in the monkey mind, the inflammation in the brain to dissipate and become more slow so that you can see clearer what is yours and what is not. Second one is drink more water. Super simple. But when we are hydrated really well, our brain functions so much better, and we're able to go beyond our mental programming and tune into our intuition a lot better. So, and not just any old water as well, not tap water, not water that's got fluoride and chlorine in it, because they literally shut down the pineal gland. They are put in the water to calcify the pineal gland, which means that it's got a hard layer around it. And the pineal gland is where our intuition. So if you're drinking tap water and you want to increase your intuition, then that would be one of the first things to look at as well. Having fresh spring water is the best. That is not bottled. You can literally go onto spring.com anywhere in the world and figure out where your closest spring is and get free spring water, or you can find somebody that may deliver spring water to you. And if there's nobody doing that, maybe you can start up your own business and do that for other people. So that is highly important. The third one would be breathe more. Get more oxygen into your body, into your bloodstream, into your brain. I like to do this by doing breath work as soon as I wake up. So before I even get out of bed, if I don't need to go to the toilet, before I get out of bed, I will literally breathe. Just breathe and really work on my pranayama. And depending where I am at that moment, will depend on what breath work I do. I've got 2 free breath works on my YouTube channel and podcast, Upgrade with Blythe Langford, so you can always go on there. There's 2 on there, a 30-minute and an hour one that will they're quite profound. Very simple. It doesn't need to be way out there to have huge shifts. But doing this first thing in the morning literally allows your brain to get so much more oxygen so that it can have its intuition turns on tenfold. So if you were to start your morning off with breath work, then you would increase your intuition quite a bit. So that would be the third one, to breathe. And the fourth one would be to trust yourself. Trust your intuition, trust your gut, to really develop the confidence within yourself to know that that is your intuition speaking to you, rather than not trusting yourself, because that is one of the most common things, that people don't actually trust their intuition or trust their guides or trust that they're actually tuning in. They don't believe that they're good enough, worthy, or spiritual enough, or tuned in enough, and they don't believe that they have any intuition, which is a crock. Everybody has their own intuition, and everybody has a different way of receiving the messages. It might be kinesthetic, you might just feel and know, or it might be auditory, you might hear messages, or it might be very visual and you might see pictures. So it really depends on each person to what is most dominant within their mind, body and soul. So, and as you develop more trust in yourself to know and discern what is your intuition, then it will generally get stronger and stronger and stronger. So it's just about developing that trust within yourself. And the fifth one is, the fifth one is two different things. So it would be intentional journaling, because when we work with the spirit of the trees, which is paper, the Indigenous have done this for many tribes. Many tribes have worked with the tree spirits, and the trees are magical manifestors, right? So if we go to journal whenever we want to journal, in the morning, in the evening, once a week, once a day, whatever it is, you're actually working with the greatest manifestors in the world, right? So if you're working with your intuition, with tree spirits, and with creator, source energy, whatever it is that you believe in, and so when you go to journal, you have that intention with your with the trees, with the plants, with creator, source energy, and with yourself, that trust, then you will manifest at a greater level. So it's really tuning in, intentional journaling. So really tuning in, placing a hand above and below your journal, and reminding yourself that this is a tree spirit, that this is paper. Don't forget how magical at manifesting they are, and it's just up for you to remember to tune into that resonance, so that will become part of your being and become part of the trees. Will work with you, creator spirit will work with you. What I always do and always say to do is, within your journal, have a section that you're going to write on, and then also have a section that is I have in my journal, I have Blythe's work, and then I have Spirit's work, because there's things that I want to manifest, and then there's things that I want Spirit to manifest, because they're out of my control. And so it's really nice to play with that and allow the tree spirits and allow creator spirit to be able to bring these things into your reality for you, and make it fun. Play with it. There's no need to have it really serious, and don't be attached to the outcome of it, because creator spirit and tree spirit, they're way more fun and way more unlimited than we are. So how you get to the outcome might not be as you intended it, the journey that you thought you were going to take, but it will probably be 10 times easier and way more fun than you can think, because we complicate everything. So be open to it showing up in a completely different way that you just didn't realize is possible before. And don't be attached when things don't always feel like they're going your way, because if you can hold faith that they are being manifested better than you imagine, then it makes it a lot easier and more beautiful, because you allow what you don't know to come into play. You allow real faith and real trust within your intuition, within your gut, within the tree spirits, within creator, to really take your visions and make it better. So don't limit yourself with your brain and your programs and all that stuff. And when you're coming up going, oh my God, this isn't looking how it's meant to look, just realize that you've stepped into scarcity. Take a deep breath and remember that abundance is patience and that scarcity is stress. So when you can remember that, then it makes everything a whole lot easier, because every time you get stressed out, you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm actually in scarcity. Calm down, relax, allow that to go, and come back into the abundance flow. So they're my 5 simple tips to increase your intuition. And literally, if you did that every single day, it would make your life so much easier. You would be way more abundant, and your intuition will start to like grow and grow and grow. Oh my gosh, sorry, the light's terrible here. So allow your intuition to grow and grow and grow. And that's what we want. We want for you to be the fullest expression of yourself, to live a life of abundance and intuition and connected to source and spirit, and that deep trust within you that you are always whole and complete, and everything that you want comes from inside of you. You don't need to go and do another course. You don't need to go and learn another thing. You don't need to do anything. You just need to go within and trust. And if you struggle with that, then get a guide to help you through the process, because us coaches, and there's a few on here, are freaking awesome, and this is our work. We help guide people through their lives so that it is a lot easier, because we're able to help you navigate the spaces that you're navigate the spaces and look at the places that you might be missing and that you might not be aware of, that if you're able to look into those places are where your biggest intuition and growth and love and self-acceptance and playing with spirit and joy and all of the things helps you to have an even more amazing life and be more abundant and live with more trust in your gut and your intuition, and being able to discern what is yours and what isn't yours. And remember, being an empath and all of the different things, being able to discern what is your truth and what is somebody else's truth, and what is messages and what isn't. So get a coach. This is what I love to do. I love to help people dive into their souls at a completely new, deep, profound level, so that they can navigate their own intuition and bring out their gifts that they weren't able to understand or weren't able to tap into before. So I am going to get off now, but if any of that is inspiring you or is reminding you to tune into your intuition, then awesome. And leave a comment below if any of this has been a good reminder of things that you could do more. And if you do want to coach, then please reach out. I love doing this work, and this is what my program, the Upgrade Method, really helps people with, is to tune into their own intuition and to connect on a whole deeper level with spirit and the elements as well, the elemental kingdom, supporting you always through this beautiful journey. So I send you all so much love from my home in Sydney, straight to your heart, beautiful people. I love you so very much. Mwah.